Okay, we're back on our rooftop. I was at on Friday. Today is Monday. When I was up here, I had to bypass a high pressure switch on circuit 2. That coil was dirty. That's why we're up here mainly to clean it. But I had to bypass a switch, and to get that switch out of there, oh, look at that. I wonder, I was low on number 1 too. And you know what? I wonder if that, I have to get my leak detector up there. They put these distributor wires, man, that could be, put the distributor wires right on top of each other. Good old ream. So I'm gonna get up here and test. Looks like leak point there, leak point down here, because they're, looks like they've been rubbing. This unit's from, I think 15, 13. So what we're gonna do, instead of pulling all the refrigerant, got myself a high pressure switch, manual reset, and a T. So I think we'll do, how do we want to do this? So we'll just put that on there like yay. I'll get that prepped up. I'll be all set. And then we'll just take our wire nuts out here, right here. That's what I put in the other night. And we'll just splice them into there. And there we go, high pressure. So let me get this prepped up. I'm just gonna throw some Nylog on there. Schrader depressor, Schrader. So if I gotta take it off, I don't have to worry about blowing the whole charge. Let's get that prepped up. It's easier to do it out here than it is in there. Good old Nylog. Pig snot. Get some pig snot on there, because I don't like that blue stuff. Now we're ready to stick her on here. So I really don't want to take the whole charge out of this thing. I'm gonna get some. We're gonna get some. You gotta be careful. I don't want to bust the fitting off that high pressure line, but I want to make sure it's tight. I'm losing a little. There we go. too well. There we go. Here's where I got to tell you my high pressure. Yeah, I'm going to have to get another wire nut. Wire nut and a zip tie. Hold on. Get this other one hooked up here. And what I'll do is I'll mark on the outside by this other pressure switch that doesn't work. I don't even think I'll just mark that pressure switch inside. Rat's nest of wires here, because we're low on charge on number 1, and what low on charge on number 1. I'm just looking for points of leaking, but that would really suck if that was leaking, because I know what a pain in the butt that is to change those out, those cap tubes, but they could also be brazed. Well, but we got the filters in. The belt's in good shape, so we're not changing the belt, but I did get the filters in. No new filters in there. And what we'll do right now is I'm going to go grab my leak detector. Make sure I don't have a leak where I just made my connection up there, and check along here for any leaks. I mean, that looks, the way they got all that crap bundled together, it looks like a definite leak point. I have not heard about any ream evaporator leaks, but on rooftops, I really don't deal with that too much. So let me go get my leak detector really quick, and I just want to make sure I cover my bases in here. In here. Let's see what we got. Nothing at my connection. Man, every time I get up on this roof, it's freaking windy. It's like a windstorm. that is which one? I can't tell. Just checking the outside connections. Access connections. I don't know, I think we're gonna have to get up here, and if they got any other problems, I think we're gonna have to rip this thing apart and leak search everything. I don't see anything right now. Right on. Alright, let's get this thing turned back on. Okay, so let's see, between common Y2, I got no voltage, common Y1, 24 volts. We're going to jump that second stage out. Want to make sure it starts. I know the thermostat works because it was running second stage on Friday. Gosh darn it, my phone won't stop ringing. Alright, so I'm going to put you down here and jump this out, make sure it starts. The contactor pulled in. That's my second stage contactor, so I know it's working. Line's starting to sweat, so we're working. For a few minutes. Alright, it's not a real humid day, but I am condensating. I don't have any water up here anymore. So needed a trap. Whole second stage. We're done with this one. I just got to mark the outside. Make sure I mark that, because for the next guy, he's wondering why the switch don't work. Some guys will say that's not right to do, but it depends on who you're dealing with. You got to understand that making it work, I mean, there's nothing wrong with what I did, but some guys will say, oh, you have to replace it with the factory one. No, I don't. Because the factory one failed. This one's probably going to fail too. Who knows? But as long as there's protection, I let it run a weekend without any high pressure switch. You can do that. You see the pressures you're running, you know it's not going to be super hot. You can do that. As a tech that that's been doing it for a long time, hey, we can get away with this for a few days, but can't get away with it for a few months, because that condenser is going to plug up again, or something is going to happen, and we're gonna go we're going to have some high pressure. Those pressures can get up there. So what I did, you can get away with doing. It depends on your customer, what they want to pay for. I can do it this way, or I can do it this way. Take your pick. It's your unit. Whatever you want me to do, I'll do for you, as long as you pay me to do it. So if you wanted me to put the factory switch in, I'll be more than happy to. But he didn't want to do that. He wanted to just make sure it was protected and not worry about the factory switch, because now, if I need to actually change that high pressure switch out, screw it off, screw a new one on, I'm done. A lot of these manufacturers, they hardwire these, or tie them in hard, and that makes a lot of work. If the customer don't want to pay for it, guess what? He's going to go without the high pressure switch, but give him another option. He took the option he wanted to pay for. I can't do anything about it, even though if I said, hey, you need to replace it with this, and this is your only option, so you would have found another company to do it for cheaper, and do what I did and call it done without him knowing. But at least I'm honest, and I say, hey, we got this option to this option. What do you want to pay for? It's going to cost you this or that. Take your pick. What do you want to do? So that's what we did. We did his option. So that was it for this one. Just had to verify that second stage was running. We got the filters in place. Everything's good to go. But like I said, I had to add like 4 pounds of 410 into the first circuit, so we might be back there doing a leak search here pretty soon. I tried to do leak search along the edge there with the distributors. It looks like they're rubbing. You know, one looked like it was rubbing on the high pressure switch. The other one looked like it was rubbing on another cap tube. So, you know, I didn't want to spend a whole bunch of time up there because I got other calls, and we're eventually going to make it back there anyways. All right, guys, you know what you need to do. You like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.